Good morning, collective. Happy Saturday. Happy November 1st. Make sure you blow cinnamon in your house today. The veil is still super thin. I believe it will be fairly thin until when is it the 12th, the full moon in Scorpio? I don't know. But it's something's coming up with the moon as always. And when that happens is when the veil gets, wider, but it's fairly thin until then. So I thought, of course, we'd come visit our ancestors. Since the veil is so thin, I already get pretty amazing downloads from my ancestors, but I was like, well, when in Rome, it's so thin, let's see how far we can take this. And so obviously there's no complaints here. It's completely quiet besides the birds chirping. Oh, it's beautiful. The sun is beaming. It's pretty chilly. I thought we'd pull some cards real quick, get some messages of clarity for those of you who like it. I'm going to go in the wooded area, not too far from here after this, but I wanted to go hang out with my ancestors. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you to my high vibrating ancestors, spirit guides, divine instant beings, and source of light energy. Could we please get some messages of clarity for those who like it? Okay. So we have number 15, compassion, co-creating space for passionate inclusion. We have number 35, which is 8. So we have 6. We have 1, 6, 8. Okay. 35, grief, opening a natural path to healing loss. And then we have 1, shadow name, unlock the mystery of your shadow. What is this mystery of the shadow? There's God, spirit, I need it better than that. Okay, it's the shadows to help me with this. Let's flip this card right up because I know we just did this one. That one flipped up. Okay, so sacred rest, deep transformation requires balance. Exhaustion is not a badge of honor. Okay, okay. Thank you for the clarification. Okay. So, if you have been processing some grief, or you have been doing a lot of shadow work, some inner child healing, or just processing a lot of grief in your life, Spirit is saying is that this is, by you processing this is like a deep rooted type of grief that you've been working through. It's the grief of the loss of old versions of yourself, possibly old connections, remembering certain parts of your past that you have tried to repress because you just weren't in a space to deal with it, or for whatever reason. But there are some deep-rooted things that you have brought up to the surface and that you are grieving right now, or this is to come. Okay. This may be happening in the next couple months. That's what I heard. I was trying to get a specific month, but, time is an illusion. But what Spirit is saying is, by you digging this grief up, by you finally getting to the root cause of this, there's going to be this space that is going to, it's so hard to explain. There's going to be this space that's going to grow in your life. It's more than just, like I said yesterday, creating space for what's meant for you. It goes deeper than that. This is because you have unlocked like some type of shadow, some type of shadowy part of your life that you've had a lot of grief over, or that you're just now grieving. This happened some time ago in your life, but you've unlocked something, or something's getting ready to be unlocked, and it's unlocking a shadow part of you that is going to, not taking any calls, that is, damn, it froze the phone there, 449. Okay. So, while you were unlocking this shadow and while you are grieving, you are co-creating with the universe, with your spirit team, a sacred space of peace and freedom. And in this sacred space of freedom and peace, it's going to require a lot of rest. And so Spirit is saying, for some of you, be very mindful of misunderstanding this resting period as stagnicity, that you're stuck, that you have, your gifts have been blocked, or, any negative type of automatic thought that comes in after you've done all this grief, after you co-created this space so you can mourn, so you have made peace with this shadow. You've been doing this grieving. There's going to be a huge period of rest. Huge meaning, depending on how you alchemize, depending on how you're able to transmute, possibly a few weeks, right? It's not going to be complete exhaustion. It may be a day or two each week that you're just feeling completely exhausted. It is your body and your spirit kind of catching up with the release of this shadow, release of this grief, or release of this processing right now. So your body has to kind of catch up. We do a lot of internal work and a lot of spiritual work and, shadow type of work. And though we may feel lighter spiritually, our body earthly body needs to kind of catch up with us, right? And so that's what Spirit is saying with this sacred rest. Deep transformation requires the balance. Exhaustion is not a badge of honor. So it's like when your body, and you just know that feeling. When you know. It's not just your body's tired, but you're just spirit and your soul's like, gosh, I'm tired, right? Like I'm just tired. I'm not speaking that to existence. That's just what it is. We're removing that. I'm not trying to speak any of that into existence, but this is just what it is, that your body is catching up with you. So when you are feeling that you need to rest, or I'm just not going to do the dishes tonight, or I'm not going to go to this event, or I'm just going to stay in this evening, or whatever it is, just so my body can rest. Allow yourself that space to rest, because like I said, your body's catching up with you, with your spirit, and you need that. You're literally changing not just your future, but the molecules in your body when you're dealing with this mystery of the shadow, when you're dealing with this grief. I'm seeing I'm not a scientist. So I'm seeing certain cells burst, certain illnesses you may have had, extra white blood cells or something like that, or just something, some type of, nothing like that's horrible to your health, but something with blood work or something, maybe high cholesterol or high blood pressure or diabetes, or you're on the border of that. And by you dealing with this trauma, by you dealing with this grief, that's part of unlocking this space. It's like I'm seeing these cells burst, like they're finally free. So this illness is going to move through you. And so this is why you need to have some compassion with yourself and rest, because your body is catching up with you. So you may notice this is interesting. So you may notice different, I don't say aches or pains, but just you're noticing maybe your eating habits are changing. You're more thirsty for water, or just thirst in general. So make sure you do lemon or cucumber water. Make sure, I know it's easier said than done in this economy. Try to find ways to eat a few fruits and vegetables. If you usually don't, find ways to kind of cleanse actually your body while you're actually cleansing your soul and spirit of this grief work that you're doing. Where we at with time? I just want to see what the ancestors have to say with this. Emotional self-care, number 30, mother of water. So you may need to cleanse with some water. If you're not able to get to a full body of water or whatever, putting your feet, I know it's cold, but putting your feet in a running body of water. If you're unable to do that, get some Himalaya sea salt, any fucking salt. Try to get the, sea salt if you can. Put that in your bath water. Put a rose quartz in there with it and some herbs if you're able to. If not, just take the salt bath, right? And releasing. So this is also talking about, just like the sacred rest card, and the ancestors are also telling you that you have this emotional self-care. You have to take care of yourself, not just physically, emotionally, and spiritually, right? That's what Saging of the Soul is, right? Listening to your body, soul, and spirit, and listening to what your soul and spirit is calling for you. And they're calling for rest as you do this emotional work, right? It's going to open up this amazing space for you to have physical reclamation of your body. I don't know if that's just a strange thing. And we're healthy and happy, full of joy. May you love and be loved. Heal. Don't harm. Have a great and amazing day.